A new world record has just been achieved in the Minecraft Pocket Edition Random Seed Glitchless category for the first time in over 4 years. Since 2022, people thought ENG's legendary 901 would possibly never be beaten. However, a runner by the name of qilisolacky proved all of them wrong. Now, odds are, you've probably never heard of or thought about speedrunning Minecraft on a phone. Seems a bit strange, right? Well, allow me to regale you with how it's done. When loading into a random seed on your phone, you're looking for two main things, a village and high coordinates. The reason for this is that on Bedrock Edition, strongholds like to spawn under villages, particularly if they are less than about 1800 blocks from spawn, but more than 500 blocks from spawn. On top of this, you can quite commonly find yourself located at one of these high coordinates right off the bat due to how pre-1.18 Bedrock spawn mechanics work. It's due to this that the vast majority of fast Bedrock runs use the Stronghold first meta. It's a very obvious advantage, and as it just so happened, qilisolacky spawns just far enough from spawn for this to happen, and spots a village in the distance on the way to looting this ruined portal. Speaking of looting, you might not be able to tell due to Chinese text, but this sword actually has looting 2 on it, an exceptionally useful find. The ruined portal also contains enough iron nuggets for 3 ingots and a gold helmet, both of which can help make the run quicker. qilisolacky grabs food using his hoe and tools with the iron pickaxe from those nuggets. He decides to only collect 1 bed here, hoping he can get the other 2 beds from string from a bastion later in the run, and after killing the iron golem to make a bucket, he actually opts not to dig down hoping for a stronghold. Phew, now I don't have to explain sprink strats. Not going for stronghold first is slightly unorthodox, but with such a promising start, qilisolacky figures it's worth losing a bit of time here to guarantee another enter. After finishing the ruined portal, he's greeted with an immediate intersecting bastion, easily one of the best nether spawns in Minecraft speedrunning history. But in order to actually convert this into a fast run, he needs to route the bastion effectively. Usually the route here would be quite different to anything you may have seen, but since this is a housing bastion, it's actually only marginally different from the Java Edition route. qilisolacky doesn't really need to worry about aggroing the piglins here as much as you would on Java Edition, because you only need a few piglins to get a lot of mileage on Bedrock Edition. This is due to a glitch where if you mine a gold block, the piglins will immediately drop whatever item they're about to trade and pick up a new one, meaning you can trade very fast with only a few piglins. The chest gives him an extra 21 gold, and although he already has enough pearls, he doesn't have any obsidian, which may be a problem if the village at spawn turns out to not don a stronghold below, which is about a 95% chance. After acquiring another 9 obsidian from the chest, he leaves the bastion only 4 minutes into the run. For comparison, this is a full 2 minutes ahead of ENG's pace in his run, although ENG entered the nether inside of the stronghold, while qilisolacky entered above a potential stronghold. With looting 2, the fortress should be a breeze, but the addition of knockback on the sword proves to be a nuisance. After 45 seconds of meandering, he locates a blaze spawner and goes 6 for 5 on blaze rods. Most runners here would go back to their home portal, see if the stronghold is at the village, and if not, go for educated travel with the 10 obsidian. However, qilisolacky goes for the riskier but potentially faster blind travel, realizing that a 5% chance may not be worth playing for while on such a fast pace. Speaking of pace, qilisolacky is leaving the nether as ENG was leaving the bastion in his run. Even if the blind here is bad, qilisolacky has ample pearls to traverse at least 1,000 blocks. Luckily for him, he gets an
absolute 450 block dead center piss missile
blind travel. Less than 90 seconds after one of the riskiest plays in speedrunning history, qilisolacky is now digging down to the stronghold. Now for the hard part. Navigating the stronghold on Bedrock is no easy feat. We don't have preemptive tech like the Java kids do, so this nav could quite possibly end the run. Never mind, that was the cleanest nav I've ever seen in my life. qilisolacky enters the end at 7 minutes and 54 seconds, 28 seconds ahead of the GOAT himself. The dragon perching is largely a matter of RNG and can easily kill the run, but at this point, we all know what happens. In its final bout of luck, the Ender Dragon perches right as qilisolacky pearls onto the island. The one cycle you're about to witness is probably very different from what you're used to, but I think it speaks for itself. 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Most runners never thought this would be possible. After 4 years and 22 days, the GOAT's last remaining world record has finally fallen. Or did it? While many in the community celebrate this feat, there are a few who believe this run may be less than legitimate. There are a couple interesting points brought up here. For starters, this run has no audio. On its own, this isn't a huge problem. Audio isn't a requirement anyway. However, most of Kilisolaki's other runs do have audio. Some theorize that there may have been copyrighted music playing during the run, so it had to be cut out when uploading the video. However, after being directly contacted, he stated his game ran much smoother if there was a lower quality video, not only at 480p, but also without audio. Another suspicious thing about the run is that qilisolacky seems to have a somewhat unorthodox game sense, mostly coming down to the decision to force 10 obsidian and then going for blind travel instead of checking to see if the potential stronghold village was indeed a stronghold, and then going for educated travel if not. Doing blind travel here was a major risk that most agree they would not have done. None of this is quite damning though, and analyzing the background of the run shows that it's very unlikely to have been spliced, though not impossible. There is a somewhat high chance that the speedrun either is kept in pending hell or is rejected, as the moderators of the Bedrock speedrunning page have been known to reject runs and sometimes even outright ban players even if the evidence against them isn't severe. It's just as likely that the run is verified though, but as of this moment we can't know for sure. For now, that's the end of this new world record analysis. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave your opinion about this run in the comments below.